Good evening. I'm Meredith Conger with the Ascension Parish Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. This is an emergency action statement from Tuesday, August 16th at 6 p.m. I'm going to invite Chief Deputy Bobby Webre of the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office to give a brief update, followed by an update from OEP. Bobby?
Thank you, Meredith. This is a briefing from the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office. I'd like to start off with some updates on our road closures and actually maybe some road openings. Some good news is on I-10 westbound at Highway 73 is now open. So if you're traveling on I-10 westbound, you can travel straight into Baton Rouge. You do not have to get off on Highway 73 anymore, which should give us a lot of relief on the airline highway. That's good news. Other good news is if you're traveling on Interstate 10 in Sorrento near Highway 22, you can get off on the both east and westbound exits and travel towards Donaldsonville. You will not be able to travel into the city of Sorrento, or should I say the town of Sorrento. And we still have over 100 road closures in Ascension Parish. And we ask that you would visit our website or our Facebook page for an updated list on all those road closures. On our rescue and staging, the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office has rescued or relocated some of our residents, probably over 1,200 of our residents, to high ground. All that are being relocated are being bused to Cabela's, and then will be bused from Cabela's to Lamar Dixon at the shelter location. The Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, we just want to remind you, if you see high water rising in your area, we ask you to just take precautions when you see high water and voluntarily evacuate. If you think it's time to leave, then it's probably too late. We ask that you would have a plan and make a plan. And if you plan on staying, please have food and water. But if you need us, you can call us at 911 or 621-8300, option 1. If your loved ones needs to be relocated at any time, once again, you can call our 911 center, which is operational, and you can call 621-8300, option 1. And we ask that you please do not let children play in the high water. We ask the parents and guardians to be very responsible. I know when we were all kids, we loved playing in high water after we had a big rain event, but this is more than a rain event. This is a historical flood. All of our waterways, even when your roads may be open, those side ditches are very, very deep. It could actually, you could actually lose a vehicle in there. So be very cautious with your kids. We still have a dusk to dawn curfew. It's in effect for at least East Ascension, on the east side of the parish, until further notice. That has not been a problem in the past. We would just ask that you would use a lot of caution. Certainly if you're traveling to work or if you need medical assistance, certainly travel. If you're just out there sightseeing, we encourage you to stay off the roadway. Maybe if we see you, we may try to encourage you to stay off the roadway also. And you know, we'll get through this. It's been, as we said, a historical event. We'll probably never talk about 1983 again. We'll always talk about 2016 as being the flood event. It's been certainly a pleasure to serve this community during these trying times, and we'll hang together. We'll say prayers for each other, and I know everything will work out just great. If you need assistance, though, if you need any type of help and you feel that we can help you in any way, please give us a call. And that will be the end of our briefings for the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office. Meredith?
Thank you, Bobby. I would just like to give a brief update on the areas of major concern and areas that have experienced an impact today. First and foremost, the city of Gonzales has experienced major flooding in the last 24 hours due to the inland waterways backing up. Mayor Arsenault wanted to urge his residents to remain vigilant and to be aware that waters are holding in several areas, and it might take some time for those waters to recede. If you're experiencing water, he urges you to voluntarily evacuate. The Ridge Road area has been impacted in the last 24 hours, and we expect for that to continue to be impacted. I spoke with Councilwoman Terry Casso today, and she informed me that she has been encouraging her residents to follow the voluntary evacuation issued in this area in particular, and encouraging residents to take protective actions as necessary. Overnight, the town of Sorrento was inundated with floodwaters, and due to these floodwaters, Sorrento Town Hall has now been relocated to the Ascension Parish Health Unit on Worthy Road. We'll post updated numbers for that location as soon as we get that squared away. At this time, I would like to remind everyone, if you are seeing rising waters in your area and you're beginning to feel threatened, we strongly encourage you to voluntarily evacuate. There is still a voluntary evacuation order for many parts of Ascension Parish. We'd also like to encourage residents to be mindful that our transportation infrastructure has been impacted significantly with this event. So if you are traveling on roadways, to please remain cautious and careful, and please be mindful of all barricaded and closed roads. At this time, we are running a massive shelter operation at Lamar-Dixon. Numbers of evacuees is approaching 800 in the shelter. As of now, the shelter is still taking donations of clothing, hygiene products, and storage containers to put the donations in. You can pick up donations there as well if you have been impacted by this flood and might not be staying in the shelter. They do have a bulk distribution site established at the Lamar-Dixon shelter. We would like to thank Volunteer Ascension, the St. Elizabeth Hospital, and Dr. Fresh, as well as the American Red Cross, for all playing a vital role in the operation of this shelter, which is going very smoothly at this point. We have numerous animals, and we have over 800 people, and it's going very smoothly at Lamar-Dixon from what I'm being told from American Red Cross officials. Anyone wanting to volunteer at the shelter or volunteer at the pet shelter at Lamar-Dixon can please call our EOC at 225-621-8360, and we can get that information and point of contact to you. The Ascension Parish school system has been impacted by this event as well. Multiple campuses have been affected, and a recovery plan is currently being developed, and we will push that information out as soon as we get it. At this time, we've begun coordination with federal agencies to bring public assistance into Ascension Parish. We are hoping to begin setting up a disaster recovery center at Lamar-Dixon in the coming days and into next week, where residents can seek assistance and begin to recover and rebuild. Again, if you have any questions, concerns, please call our EOC. Follow us on Facebook at Ascension Parish Homeland Security, and we're also on Twitter at Ascension OHSEP, OHSEP. This has been an emergency action statement from the Ascension Parish Office of Homeland Security, Tuesday, August 16, 2016, 6 p.m.